I don't even have a clue as to why we are actually doing a finale. Because this should have been the season finale right here. This was the cliffhanger. They could have just ended right here. But whatever. Let's talk about it. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Okay, guys. Thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is episode 17, season 2 of Empire. There's one more episode left, which is the season finale. But as I said in my intro, this right here, if I was right, would have been the season finale. This was the best episode of the full second season. Do you understand? Let's just get into this. First thing we see, Lucious is literally avoiding Psycho Granny. He's just avoiding this bitch because she's off the motherfucking hook. Okay? Now that's one time he is not lying. This bitch is off of the chain with her old, mean, decrepit, crazy ass. Okay? She's off. She's mean as fuck to the hired help. She's really got it in for the head maid. I'm going to tell her all about how I ain't eating that food. I ain't taking that medicine. And all the medicine should be one pill. And this, that. She just old fucking difficult bitch. We seen her when she was at that bingo game. That bitch was on some bullshit. Grandma is a fucking mess. You understand me? That's Lucious get all his shit from her. His crazy, his mean, his stupid way of thinking. He get all that shit from Psycho Granny. Okay? She's a fucking mess. Then I sat and I watched her, and that old bitch is literally sitting around manipulating Andre. She wants to go to the Aces. And Andre, he on his ridiculous. He wants to vibe with her. He wants to have something in common with her other than the fact that they're both bipolar, but he wants to be close to her, you know, but she ain't doing nothing but manipulating the fuck out of him. I said, okay, so I see him. He's steadily getting it together, and she's steady working her way. She want to go to the Aces, but he know better than even come to Lucious with that motherfucking bullshit. Okay? It is what it is. Then I'm watching the trade, honey. The trade, D Majors. He run around trying to manipulate Jamal. He's basically telling Jamal, you need to get rid of your dad or your mom and let me produce your next album. They holding you back. So right away, I'm side-eyeing him because his whole life is a lie. The whole way that he does everything is a lie. You know, you're sitting around craving ding dong and pretending not to be with it. So I don't really trust you or believe nothing that you fucking saying anyway. And then this other shit, you ain't sitting real right with me, buddy. But whatever. It is what it is. I don't think Jamal's going to go for that. At least I hope not. Anyway, moving on. Carol comes in there and says a little something to Cookie about that motherfucking Tyreek. And then I'm sitting watching, and then Carol and Cookie kind of get into it. And it's this whole thing about Cookie stealing her boyfriends in the past, and she just kind of is in this little mode where she's jealous of Cookie, okay? And we even found out she liked Lucious. She liked Lucious first. And didn't say that she actually was messing with Lucious, but she met Lucious first. Whatever. Cookie old raunchy bitch. Sound like she been a raunchy bitch for a long time, but there's been a constant competition. They had a whole motherfucking little talk. Cookie then shook down Tyreek. She went and met Tyreek's ass when he was supposed to be meeting Carol. Told that motherfucker, yeah, I know you with the feds now. I done already checked your motherfucking ass out. You with the feds. And I don't know what you're trying to do, but don't try to use my sister to try to come at me and Lucious. What are you doing? You know, and he's like saying, oh, no. He lying, child. And she told him just as nice, watch out for my sister because she got herpes, and I hope it ain't too late. And walked out there. I said, oh, Cookie! She's a damn mess. So she go on out of there. Her and Carol ends up getting into it again. You know, Carol tells Cookie, you know, some shit about her. You know, some of that old jealous ass bullshit. And she told her, you don't care nothing about me. She told her, you know what, I don't care about you good. Bitch, get up out of my company. Get your raggedy crackhead motherfucking ass up out of my motherfucking house and get the fuck on. Since I don't care about you, bitch, you go on and you make it work. And she said some shit about Candace. She said, get the fuck down there with Candace, get your fucking kids, and get on. Get the fuck on, bitch. But you know, that's that crackhead thing. I don't know what it is about crackheads. Crackheads always got some type of a goddamn, the world owes them something. The world always owes them something. You're the motherfucking get high bitch. Why did the world always owe you something? Somebody got to raise your fucking kids. Somebody got to excuse the fact that you steal. Somebody got to be bothered with you and all your aggravating bullshit. Ain't nothing in the world worse than a motherfucking crackhead getting on a motherfucker's nerves. But she told that motherfucking Carol, get gone, bitch. Fuck Carol with that bullshit. Send her ass on out of there. So that was that. Then she got into it a little bit with Lucious. He talking about teasing her about saying that she had a date or didn't have a date, and they were going back and forth. Lucious talking about, I'm going to take a supermodel. Ain't neither one of them motherfuckers had no date to the Aces, okay? She called out Lucious a fat ass. And he said, I'm fat in all the right places. She going to say, yeah, in the mouth, child. I said, you two are a mess. But I was so here for Cookie when that bitch went to see Tyreek. That bitch had on that badass motherfucking fur and them goddamn Catwoman gloves. They had the motherfucking gold tips, and that bitch kept giving click, 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 click on the table. I said, bitch, Cookie, you better do it, bitch. I love that goddamn Cookie. Anyway, then there was this whole thing with that motherfucking D Majors that shit came to a head. Him and this bullshit. He all up in, you know, playing this download thing, all up in Jamal's face. Lucious basically walks in on them. He gonna say, get up off of me. This, that thing, and the other, and try to turn it and act like Jamal was coming on him and he wasn't with it. And Lucious just was looking. And then he goes out and Jamal was caught off guard. He was a little pissed about it and how it went down. And Lucious didn't make it any better. He stuck the knife in and turned it. Told him, man, everybody know about that motherfucker in his closet and bullshit. He's always taking little rich boys to turn them into his bitch. And they had this whole little dialogue about who was on the bottom and who was on the top. And Jamal was kind of looking real stupid because, like he said, who said that I was on the bottom? Who said that I wasn't making him my bitch? And he gonna say, hey, he came on to me. He gonna say, exactly. So I would bet my money you were on the bottom. I said, oh, all right, honey. So he did. He got Jamal together, and Jamal, that bitch didn't have no motherfucking comeback. I said, girl, you didn't have no comeback. So it just, the argument kind of escalated on, and he ended up telling him he's a disappointment, and this, that thing, and the other, and you know, you're an embarrassment, and I keep trying to turn a blind eye to your fucked up way of living, and on and on and on, you know, all the fucked up shit. And Jamal ends up telling Lucious, he said, yeah, you just keep on crying about some shit that I did to you 20 years ago. He said, and you keep crying about some shit that your mother did to you 40 years ago, motherfucker. So what does that have? What did I say about you, bitch? So they going back and forth. Now Lucious is like, oh, you motherfucker. So then they're going back and forth. He's going to say, you always telling me, suck it up, Jamal. Stop crying. Don't be a bitch. Put it in the music. He going to say, so the same goes for you. Suck it up, Lucious. Don't be a bitch. Put it in. But I ain't even get it all out. Lucious grabbed that motherfucker by his neck and was getting ready to give him. I said, uh-huh. He got you, Lucious, bitch, and you done had the motherfucker come back. See them two? How they go at each other? Vicious. Both of them, honey. I love it. I love it. Now that right there, good motherfucking writing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've been looking for this shit all season. Anyway, moving on. So, to end it all, that motherfucking Lucious, you know he always got to turn that knife. He's going to say, you know what? You ain't nothing to me but an embarrassment and disappointment. And when you die from AIDS, I'm going to celebrate. I said, oh, you dirty motherfucker. So that was really, really low. I don't think he's going to make it back from that one. Jamal got real pissed about that, as he should have. That was really taking it somewhere. So that's that. So Jamal's actually going to say something to Cookie about it. Cookie's deflecting the whole situation, and she's telling Jamal about why he can't be with Frida. And she explains about her snitching on Frank Gathers and getting out early. She explained all of it, him getting killed by Lucius and all that. Explained it all. Said, I don't want you around them. So here we go to the day of the Aces. They're all getting dressed to go. Of course, Lucius buys that goddamn Cookie a badass motherfucking bracelet and all that. He ends up telling her, I'm going to take you, because this was always our dream, this, that, and the other. So they're all going to the little thing. And they're on the red carpet. And shit's just like it always is on Empire. They are all really at each other's throat and trying to keep up a good face, but it just ain't working. Jamal had told the motherfucking paparazzi, I'm shelving my motherfucking album. And tonight is the last time you're going to ever see me on stage with my family again. And just walk the fuck off. I said, well, okay. Then he seen Frida and told Frida, you need to leave Empire. You need to leave. So this was starting just a whole ball of shit. So Frida is in the midst of doing press and being on the red carpet as well. Carol shows up. This bitch is drunk off her ass. She's like, Cookie, hey, girl. Being real embarrassing. Cookie goes over to this bitch. Say, come here, let me give you a hug. She goes give her a hug. She grabs that bitch by the back of her head and told her, if you don't take your motherfucking ass out of here, bitch, I will rip out all of this goddamn nappy ass weave, you fucking bitch. So she's like, all right, girl. All right. She had her all up in a lock, honey. I said, uh-huh. So as she's leaving, she sees Frida. And she's saying some shit to Frida. And then Frida's like, no, Carol, I can't leave. She said, well, escort me out of here. You know how drunks always want you to be with them. It's like, no, I can't. I got more press to do. She'll say, you got press to do. Oh, bitch, now you're somebody. Girl, please, the only reason why you're even around is because Lucius feels bad about what he did to your dad. Your daddy. I was like, oh, drunk bitch. So Frida's sitting there, and that bitch is playing it back in her head. That hindsight was 2020. That bitch got madder than a motherfucker. They walking in, going up. They're walking, going, get ready to enter the building or whatever. And Frida took off running. That bitch grabs one of the security people's guns, and she get ready to shoot the fucking shit out of Lucius. And Jamal's like, no, Frida, no. Stands in front and she shoots Jamal. I was just done. So they're like, Lucius, everybody worried about Lucius. Meanwhile, Jamal is stretched out, baby, with a hot one in the torso. Fucked up the baby. I said, oh, damn. So I'm like, all right, so that's the whole thing. So now it's just a mess. And Lucius is like, I'm fine. Shit, she missed, And then they see Jamal. So everybody's rushed off to the hospital. Okay, in the midst of all that going on, motherfucking Thirsty is drunk and asleep at the goddamn lying mansion. This bastard done locked Andre and the grandmammy in a goddamn safe room because the grandmammy, Andre was going to sneak this old bitch to the Aces, and Thirsty caught him and locked her in the room. Locked him in the room. Lucious already had it covered. So he finally lets them out and they go to the hospital. Child, while they're in the hospital, we don't know what's going on because Jamal's down in surgery. Shit that hit the news and all that. Psycho Granny done eased her motherfucking way down out of the hospital outside to the paparazzi. And all through the episode, she been getting madder and madder and madder at Lucious. Every time she hears that she died, it just sends that bitch off. She just, man, said he's always been a liar. He's the devil. You know, this that thing that she just got it out for him. She done made her way down to the paparazzi. So we end right there. That's the last we seen of her. Jamal's back in surgery. We don't know what the fuck's going on with Jamal. That's ended right there with him. Another thing we see, the motherfucking feds that got to Anika. That goddamn Tyreek that said fuck Carol and her crackhead ass and her herpy pussy. He didn't got Anika. And he get ready to try to get her to talk. And I'm like, oh shit. So shit is a mess. You understand me? And in my opinion, I don't know what the fuck Lee Daniels and them are going to come up with for next week because right here was a hell of a cliffhanger. They could have left this shit right here till the fall. But we're going to wait and see what actually happens next week. But I'm telling you, in my opinion, if it was my show, baby, I'd have left y'all's ass hanging right the fuck here. I'd have left you right here. Right here. Because I know I was feeling some kind of way. When that motherfucking credit rolled, I said, oh! So, I don't know. Anyway, I loved it. This was the best episode of the complete second season, in my opinion. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You guys know how that all works. And I'll get with y'all next week. We're going to see what Lee Daniels and them do. All right, y'all. Bye. Hold it. Hold it, hold it. Because this is the second time I almost forgot about this because I don't really give a fuck about this anymore. Rhonda and the motherfucking shoes. Okay, so Rhonda has some flashbacks last week's in episode 16. She has some flashbacks and stuff, and she thinks that Anika is the one that pushed her down the motherfucking steps. So she actually did come out and say to her something about her them red bottom Louboutin flat ugly ass motherfucking clown shoes, and Anika's like, what girl? How much to my child? So Rhonda's side-eyeing the fuck out of Anika. That was the one thing I almost forgot. Because that went on. I pretty much don't even give a fuck about that bitch. She pushed you or she didn't. Whatever. You ain't got no motherfucking baby in your stomach no more. And that's about the beginning, middle, and the end of that. So whatever. We'll see some more about that though next week. I did see that. Okay, now I'm done. I'm out.